did
What
good,
happened
babe.
in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, you can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave, and you'll be safe with...
I'm not going anywhere. This is where I live. What if my parents come back? They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here. I'm sure your parents would be happier knowing you're with us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Wait. Shadow. Children.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's raid on the Magic Ghetto will be a good start.
What did he say?
The General tells me that my men are sticking to the story, but that some of the prisoners are spreading rumors. It's of little concern. They will not live to see another interview.
And arouse more suspicion? Don't be a fool, Vermon.
Don't ever call me a fool.
Then try not to act like one. Who else did he speak with?
The Warden's men.
You didn't take care of them.
What would you have me do? Assassinate every one of them?
And now the General has witnesses.
Second-hand and infidels. They will never be allowed to testify against Trueborn.
No, but their witness can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have other matters to concern himself with. We're stepping up the deportations and we're close to completing the machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General is pursuing leads.
Like I said, tonight's raid will distract him.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on high alert, and, as Supreme Commander, it'll be Harmy's job to clean up.
He will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. And action. There will be little time for his investigations. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere until our mission here is done. And then,
No one will challenge us. I hope you're right.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time for...
I'm as hard as Nigali steel. This is exactly the time.
Alvik is a good man. I enjoy his company. He's true to his word. I trust him. I apologize for being late, but I have important...
Every minute wasted could mean lives lost. Anu, can you tell us what you've learned?
Not a whole lot. No one's talking. There's not even a whisper of a raid. I'm starting to think maybe Ulvik's loose-lipped, drunken Azadi was merely a braggart. Also, merely a braggart? I've been around you guys too long. I'm starting to speak like a sullen warrior.
I went looking for our people in Old Town. They're standing by for my word. I don't want to pull them out of the city until we know for sure what's happening. Let's hope for their sake Anu's right, and there's no raid tonight.
The raid is taking place, just before sunrise. We still have several hours.
How did you come up?
Hey, Big Blue, let him speak.
The plan is to arrest as many magicals as possible, along with rebel sympathizers. It's a show of strength. They want us to be scared.
Where did you get this information, Kian?
From a trusted source. I met her here before we...
Mystery Woman! I remember Mystery Woman! Well, I remember you talking about Mystery Woman. She's a friend of Ulvik's, right? We can definitely trust her.
She told me about an Azadi officer who visits with an underage Dalmari girl. And she told me where to find him.
He was with a child? That's sick.
And did you find him?
I did. He told me that this will be their biggest raid on the ghetto so far. Given his rank and the precariousness of his situation, I believe him.
How did you get him to talk?
When he understood his predicament, he was perfectly willing to spill his guts.
I don't know.
Seriously? I mean, I'd much rather trust Kian's source than mine.
What if this source of yours is playing you for a fool? What if it's bait, meant to draw us out and distract us?
No Azadi would commit a mortal crime in order to set a trap. His soul is damned to the shadow for eternity.
I think we should listen.
Maybe your information is trustworthy, Kian, but I'm not willing to bet our position in Old Town on it. We'll tell our people to be vigilant. If there is a raid, at least they'll be forewarned.
You're making a mistake.
We'll know soon enough, Azadi.
Where's the officer now?
I let him go. He might prove a valuable asset in the future.
Will he not simply go straight to his masters?
I have information that would lead to his execution, should his commanders learn the truth. He'll keep his silence.
But you let a child molester walk free. Was that because he's one of yours? And because the Domari girl is just another filthy magical? I won't soon forget this insult, Azadi.
For what it's worth, Kian, I think you did the right thing. I mean, he deserves punishment for what he did to the girl, but to have a source inside the tower? This could change everything.
It's time we headed back to the Enclave.
Don't worry. At least we have a potential spy in the tower. The mission wasn't a complete wash. And don't mind Liko. He thinks that unless someone gets tortured, the information is worthless. That says more about him than it does about you, to be honest.
Who's there? You? However did you get here?
Things didn't go too well the last time I connected to a dreamer.
Picture me stretched out on that sofa facing the screen, and you have the Castillo Termes household in a nutshell.
What is it doing to people's heads? I don't trust it, and I don't trust Watty.
Mira, do you have a second?
Depends. Are you done? I need those bots to go out tomorrow.
Almost done. I was wondering if I could leave a teensy bit early today.
Be kind. Rewind. Almost?
Mostly. I'm mostly done.
In your experience, Petal, what's my answer to a question like that?
One filled with expletives. But it's really important that I...
Of course it's fucking important. It's always important. It's never not important. You wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important, would you, Kuchia? So what's so important that you feel it takes precedence over the work I pay you to do?
I have an appointment with the editor of The Hand. They're doing a story and...
And he can't do this story without you. Even though he's a professional reporter, and you're what are you again?
You tell me. Most of the time I'm running errands. I should be programming.
Should is a big word. I should be making $1 million yuan. I should not be forced to run my operations out of a mother-chuding garage. And you should be grateful you have a job that pays a decent salary.
Decent?
A salary. Go on, get out of here before I change my mind and make you work overtime. Just be here extra early tomorrow to, I don't know, what do you hate doing the most?
Sitting at my terminal learning more about neural programming. I really